No, we didn't think we was achieving anything. The only thing we thought we was achieving is for us to stay alive, is to see the next day.
Calvin Darden was one of over 2 million men drafted into the Army during the Vietnam War, serving with the Delta Company of the 1st Battalion, 28th Infantry. His baptism of fire came before he'd even set foot on shore.
When we came off of the big old ship, um, then we got on the small tugboats and they took us to shore, but so many of us made it to shore and the rest of us, some of them didn't make it. We got hit, rocket fire. That was our welcoming party, our initiation to Vietnam. So at that point, we knew that it was on. We knew that this is for real.
Calvin's Delta Company fought in areas north of Saigon and across to the mountainous border with Cambodia. From their base camps, they went on regular patrols and met the enemy every time they went out.
Every time. Either when you're just leaving your camp or you're on your way back. You're going to run into something. It may be just two of them as a decoy, snipers. And all they want to do is, if they kill one GI, and if you kill them, it's no problem. If you kill 20 of them, it's no problem, as long as they kill one GI.
In January of 1968, the Tet Offensive began.
It was chaos day and night, sometime all day, sometime all night.
In February of 68, near the village of Tu Duc, Delta Company was on a reconnaissance patrol when the Viet Cong attacked just after dark. Calvin and 19 other men were setting up listening posts outside the base perimeter when VC forces moved in between Calvin's position and the camp.
And all of a sudden, a flare went off. They had gotten some of our flares and everything. And when that flare went off, it was so many Viet Cong in the front of us. It was unreal. We knew we didn't have a chance. We blew our clay mines, and we had to try to make it back. The old man says, we can't come get you. You're going to have to make it back the best way y'all can. We don't know how we got over the Concertina Wire. We're talking about 6 feet tall. We don't know whether we went over it, went through it, or went under it. When we got back, the lieutenant that we talked to earlier, he had his radio man, he had, it was 2 medics in the bunker. It was his platoon sergeant in the bunker. A rocket came in and blew the bunker all to pieces. So they told us to try to get as low below the ground as we could, because they was going to, we had called in artillery, and they was going to be shooting beehive. Beehive is point blank, and a lot of little pellets, okay? So we had to get below. And they did that, and they cleaned them out. We lost a lot of guys. Morning came, we had to take assessment of how many that we lost, and we had a lot of wounded all night long, moaning, groaning, what have you. And our lieutenant and his crew was in the bunker. All we could do was, they gave us some plastic bags, and we picked the little pieces up. It was 2 Mexican, 3 whites, and 2 blacks. It was in the bunker. And we don't know, we just picking a piece of meat. There was no color. Out of the trees, off the grounds, and that's all we could do. Put them in bags. And the chopper came in and picked the bags up.
Calvin spent a year in the field. His experiences in Vietnam have changed his life forever.
You really find out, are you a man or are you a boy? You want to survive or you don't care, you know. I think after Tet Offensive, I think I became a man. But I became the wrong kind of man. I became a man that I didn't want to become.
So the war has changed you completely?
All my life. It's kind of hard for me to fit in, if you understand what I'm saying.
For his actions during the Tet Offensive in 1968, Calvin Darden was awarded 2 Bronze Stars with Valor.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why we have to have these wars.
What's the sacrifice of peace? The sacrifice of peace are the kids that are in the service fighting to maintain peace. Why do we have to fight to maintain peace? Why can't we just have peace?
Freedom is not free. Civilians, they take it for granted. Freedom is not free. Not by any means. Every minute of the day, somebody got their life on line for your freedom.